When you hear the words Dean Guitars, what do you think of? For most people, the answers are related to the original Dean models and Dimebag Darrell. But the fact is, as the last few years, most of that is gone. Dean went from rounded V's and Explorer-style guitars to pointier, more aggressive versions. They went from Dimebag to Carri King. They changed most of their executive team and have endured 3 major legal challenges. I cannot think of any major guitar brand that has changed so radically in such a short period of time. Most of those changes were not undertaken by Dean voluntarily, but we will get to that later. We released a video detailing Dean's past and present challenges, which you can find at the link below. While researching that story, we unearthed some really interesting info on the major reset of the Dean brand over the last few years. This video focuses on Dean today and what we discovered interviewing the Dean team in making that original video. Dean's product line today features a staggering 19 different body shapes. I asked Dean's product manager which models really define Dean today.
So I would say the most important models for the evolution of Dean guitars is the Vengeance, the Zeros, and the Exiles.
2 of those shapes replaced the classic V and Z models, which were removed from the line after a jury verdict in Gibson's favor required that action. However, the Exile being highlighted might be unexpected to many players, as it is a relatively new entry into the crowded Superstrat market. Of course, a dialogue regarding key Dean models has to include the ML. This has been a top seller, if not the top seller for Dean since the 90s. Over that entire period, the primary driver of ML's success was Dimebag, with a large percentage of those instruments being his signature models. Following legal action by Dimebag's estate in 2021, Dean stopped production of those instruments, but has carried on with this important legacy Dean model. So where does the ML fit today? Here are some telling comments from Dean's president.
We feel that Dean is one of the most iconic brands in the genre of heavy metal music, and our goal is to kind of get us back to the level that we've enjoyed for a number of years, which is being the go-to brand for heavy metal guitars. We have the most iconic shape in that genre with the ML. We spent a lot of time focused on getting the ML shape as many iterations as we can to the market. That is our main focus for this year, is getting that guitar back front and center in the line.
The other category of products that are unique to the current era of Dean guitars is the collection of instruments designed by Carri King. His products include the Overlord and the Carri King V. Of course, for decades, Carri was associated with the V when he was with BC Rich, but his Dean is a departure from that V shape. The Overlord model adds 2 horns to that V, creating something that seems inspired by his BC Rich or an evolved Dean ML. Speaking of artists, I asked Chris Cannella about the impact of artists on the direction of the brand.
The artists today that are really driving the direction where Dean is heading, I would definitely say would be Carri King, John Dene, Greg Trebet of Mudvayne, Wayne Lozenak of Hatebreed, and then with some of the newer guys, such as Connor from Vendig, and the guys in Swollen Teeth. These are younger, newer bands that have their perception of what they need to do their job on the stage and in the studio. And that's what's really going to be pushing us. The tools need to evolve with the music.
The new Carri King models are extremely strong and have been very well received. And now that Carri's got his band and he's on tour, we're seeing a huge uptick in that. And we have another series of artist models: Trebet, Danaeus, Wayne Lozenak, Carl Sanders, who was in the building, I think, yesterday. It was great to see. Michael Amott, who has been with us for forever and who's just a fantastic musician and a great person. Those models are really the core of our brand right now.
One thing that separates Dean Guitars from most of the brands that they directly compete with is their USA production. I asked the Dean team about the importance of this.
It all starts with the USA custom shop. So the dream guitars for us are a custom shop. We have the unique opportunity of offering basically a limitless palette of options for an end user that wants to get a Dean USA custom built guitar. And from that, we look at, from an import level, certain price points, what we can do to broaden the reach of our customers, and how we can hit more customers with certain price points without jeopardizing the integrity of the brand.
We love our USA guitars, and we don't just mass produce. We got a select few people, fantastic luthiers back there, our own paint shop in-house. Everything is seen here at the facility, and nothing gets out the door with us, all looking at it. And we all play.
Dean does have an experienced team of builders. I worked with several when I was part of Dean over 2 decades ago. This can be an important advantage for Dean if they can maximize it. Since the very beginning of the solid body guitar industry, it has been dominated by its earliest brands and models. Dean was born in 1976 to challenge that dominance. Part of the DNA of the brand from its founding was to dare to be different. Whether that was the massive pointy headstock or radical body shapes, it is clear that this version of Dean aims to retain that edge, as showcased in their recent Zero Fucks Given marketing campaign and the increase in more aggressive shapes.
We're rebellious. We're supposed to be the rebellious brand. We're not here to try to be the Me Too. We're just being ourselves and trying to think about the players first.
If you follow guitar industry news, you know that Dean has been embroiled in controversy over the last few years. I did ask them about Gibson's claim of trademark violations and counterfeiting.
In general, it's not finished yet. We don't want anybody to say that we counterfeited because we didn't do that.
The lawsuit between them and Dimebag's estate.
With regards to the lawsuit with the Dimebag Darrell estate, we firmly believe this management team, had it been in place, we would not be in the situation we're in.
We also explored assertions that the brand's future is in jeopardy due to financial issues.
We're not going anywhere. We are solid. We hope to get better. We want to compete in the marketplace at the highest levels. And we are now and we will going forward.
Hear about those tabloid headlines in our Real Story video. As you can see, the transformation of the Dean brand over the last 5 years is stunning. Their approach to models, marketing, their team, and much more has changed. What do you think about Dean Guitars today and its future? I would love to hear your perspective. And I'll see you next time on No Fear Guitar Gear.